All right, in this video, we'll be talking about the losing phase on the Chirothin program. The losing phase starts on day 3, and this is when we turn you into a fat-burning machine. With your metabolism in high gear from your 2 loading days, reduce the number of drops from 7 to 5, and still take them 3 times a day. And remember to keep that dropper vertical when you're putting it in your spoon or your mouth. Okay, take 1 squirt of the CNB12 in the morning, and if you're tired after lunch, you can take another one. Also, on day 3, you're going to start taking the AGGR. 1 capsule with each meal, but sometimes people will report having less cravings if they take it 2 to 3 hours after their meal. Okay, on the losing phase, remember, skip breakfast on day 3. Oh, I know, it's like the most important meal of the day, right? No, not necessarily. Relax, you're going to do great, you'll be fine. Doing this along with the drops is what puts you into fat burning mode, where you're only burning abnormal fat and not your muscle. All right, you may drink coffee and tea on this program, but remember, no cream or sugar. 0-calorie sweeteners are allowed, but I recommend limiting the artificial ones, things like sucralose and aspartame, because they're really toxic. Okay, we recommend stevia, maybe even erythritol or xylitol as sugar substitutes, and that goes the same for breath mints and gum and flavored drinks as well. Okay, so skip your breakfast and eat your lunch and dinner in an 8-hour period. Remember, eat your lunch in one sitting and eat your dinner all in one sitting in an 8 hours. So if you start your first meal at 7, make sure you're finished by, if you start your first meal at 11, make sure you finish your second meal by 7 p.m. That will give you a full 16 hours of abnormal fat burning. Okay. Each meal consists of a 4-ounce quantity of lean protein, like 93% lean protein, vegetables that count, and fruit. You're also allowed a specific bread component and unlimited free vegetables. So check your books or the training tab for the allowable foods lists, recipes, and sample meal plans. It's required that you only eat the allowable foods and nothing else. These are a magical combination of low glycemic and anti-inflammatory foods that work in combination with the drops and the eating pattern to allow you to lose weight really, really quickly and consistently. If you eat anything off the program, you are going to experience cravings and hunger, and most importantly, you're going to lose momentum. And this is all about momentum. While you're on this program, you got to think of it like this. Like pregnancy. What I mean by that is you either are or you aren't. There's no taking a day off, and there's no cheat days. On the losing phase, we don't count calories, okay? Instead, what we do is we weigh our food raw. Each meal consists of 4 ounces of lean protein, 4 ounces of vegetables that count, and 4 ounces of fruit. Again, consult with the food list in the food list guide, in the logbook, on the site, or on the training manual. Okay, there's some specific considerations for allowable vegetables. There's a long list of free vegetables, and there's specific recommendations or fruits that are allowed at different times of the year. So check in for that. Sometimes you're going to find that you can't weigh food before you cook it. Like say with deli meat or maybe even roasted chicken. Okay, now this is okay, but you got to only measure 3 ounces instead of 4, because 4 ounces weighed raw cooks down to about 3 ounces. Now, if you're a vegetarian, follow the specific recommendations for the protein sources found in the instruction manual, again, or on this site. But keep in mind, there are allowable foods for the vegetarian plan that are not allowed on the standard plan. So things like cottage cheese and whole milk, or skim milk I should say, and egg whites are allowed on the vegetarian plan, but they're not on the standard plan, okay? You can't mix them. It's one or the other. Also be aware that on the vegetarian plan, the weight loss is just going to be just a little bit slower. The optional bread component is very specific. Okay, you can have Melba toast, 1 to 2 of these. There's also something called Melba snacks. You can have 3 or 4 of those, and they're small little round ones. Grissini breadsticks, you can have 2 to 3 of those, any brand. Or you can have half of a flat out. And what a flat out is it's like a tortilla, okay? And you can cut that in half. And so with the bread component, it's optional, and it's one, you make a choice of one of those. It's not all of them, it's one or the other. And don't make any substitutions. Unfortunately, if you're gluten sensitive, leave the bread component out or talk to me directly because we don't have a really good substitute for that yet. Okay, keep in mind free vegetables can be added to any meal in any quantity, but cannot be substituted for the 4-ounce vegetable component. It's very important. Now you can get real creative here and make salads and stir fry or soup with only free vegetables, and this allows you to increase your meal size if you feel you want or need more than the 4, 4, and 4. And also if you feel you need to snack, I recommend snacking from only the free vegetable list. Okay, while on the program, there is no added oil, fats, carbohydrates, dairy, or alcohol allowed. The oils will interfere with the drop's ability to help you burn fat, and the other substances turn off fat burning and turn on fat storage. For lotions, if you have to use lotion, use baby oil or Cornhuskers oil, and try diffusing essential oils into the air, putting them on your clothes rather than on your body. Now, there are also plenty of alternative ingredients to cook with instead of oil, and those are listed in the instruction manual. Salt, spices, seasonings, they're all allowed. In fact, they're encouraged. So your food can be delicious, and you know what? It should be, because this is the way we're supposed to eat for life. All right, here's the key: drinking water. And this is extremely important. All right, you're going to be burning up fat like crazy, and when you burn fat, you release toxins from the fat cells. Properly flushing your digestive system is going to require plenty of water. All right, the target water intake is 100 to 120 ounces per day of pure filtered water. Just remember this: the greater the water intake, the faster and more consistent the weight loss. All right, occasionally you may stay the same weight for a few days or even go up a little bit, even though you're following the program exactly as prescribed. Relax. This happens, and it's completely normal. As long as you're logging your weight every day, I can keep a very watchful eye on what's happening with your weight and your program, and I'll give you specific recommendations or instructions for modifications as I see fit. While you're on the program, we recommend discontinuing the use of your nutritional supplements unless prescribed by your medical doctor. You may choose to add something that we have in office called Ultravite, and it's a multivitamin that works in combination with your Chirothyn nutritional products. Ultravite is available on in our online store or in the office. And we also offer an integrated urinalysis panel that may reveal other deficiencies where specific support may be needed. Exercise. Exercise is discouraged while you're on the losing phase. People find this hard to believe, but you'll actually lose more weight, burn more fat sitting on the couch than you will running on a treadmill with this program. However, we do recommend walking for 20 minutes, 3, maybe 4 or 5 times a week, but nothing more strenuous than that, and that's all you need. Some people experience constipation while on the program, and while you're logging your weight daily, there is a little checkbox for this condition. So make sure you give me plenty of information in your daily log so that I can help you along on your journey. If constipation is an issue, we keep in stock 2 things: a product called Nature Ease, which is a sugar-free psyllium product, and Smooth Move Tea, which you can also get in the grocery store as a first approach to helping this issue. Be sure to log into the site on a computer, tablet, or phone every single day. Log your weight and other pertinent information and use the message function to stay in close contact with me. Log your measurements about once a week and be sure to upload your pictures in your profile so you can watch your transformation take place. The losing phase is over when A, you run out of drops, or B, you've hit your target weight. Many people will not hit their target weight in one round of the drops. So in your book, it will tell you to stop taking drops on day 40. This is the classic way to do the program. However, I have found that most people can continue taking drops for quite some time without stopping and still enjoy consistent weight loss. If you get to day 40 and you still have weight to lose and you still have drops left, just keep going. When you're getting close to the end of your bottle and you know that you want to continue, well, then you're going to need to purchase another round, which you can do in the online store or in the office. But just know this: if you want to continue but you run out of drops, you'll have to stay off of them from 10 days to 4 weeks, and then go back and start all over with the loading days. So if you know you want to continue, make sure you don't run out of drops. The losing phase is the most exciting part of the program, as you watch your pounds melt away and your transformation takes place. The next video describes the locking phase.